Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I got it.
Yeah. I might be hard to handle. Whoa. Might be hard to handle. I'm sorry, but might be hard to handle. Might be hard to cope, feeling heat that's substantial. The opposite of clutch, bankruptcy's all financial. Doing all or nothing on the pot with the gamble. Kind of my trail like a beater on your sandal. Think you run the level, but I'm on a different channel. Run up to the river, but you only take a gander. On a straight shot, and then now you're on a camber. Yeah, I know I'm sorry, but I might be hard to handle. Yeah, out here keeping clean like I'm tired. Rolling with the boys, yeah, my homies on my side. Yeah, going on a ramble outside. Took a little stroll, now we're striding with the vibe. Know I'm all last, but I know it ain't a joke. When the heat has gotten to him, I just fired at a stoke. Might not be able to handle all the embers and the coals. And I see him burning rubber struck down like a bowl. Yeah, might be hard to handle. Might be hard to handle. I'm sorry, but I might be hard to handle. Yeah, might be hard to handle.
All right, folks, hello and welcome. We are live from Bulldog Field where the Terry Bulldogs host the Jim Hill Tigers. The Bulldogs sit at 6-1 at the moment, while the Jim Hill Tigers have kind of been struggling. They right now are sitting at a 1-7 record, losing their last 7 ball games. The Bulldogs coming off of a tough loss. They started off 6-0, then they lost the ball game to West Jones last week. They're back at home now for homecoming night, and that's what you're seeing right now. 6-1 Bulldogs against the 1-7 Jim Hill Tigers. This is the 13th meeting between these two opponents. The Bulldogs have won 10 of the 12 previous meetings. This is the Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Buford Plumbing and Heating. When that Mississippi heat kicks in, don't sweat it. Call Buford Plumbing and Heating. They're your local experts, keeping homes cool with fast, reliable air conditioning service you can count on. Whether it's a quick fix or a full install, Buford's got you covered, because comfort starts with cool. Call 601-208-0575, 601-208-0575 for Buford Plumbing and Heating, Mississippi's trusted name in air plumbing and peace of mind. Buford Plumbing and Heating brings you the Countdown to Kickoff, and here today, Jim Hill and Terry. Terry, coming off of a week where they had a great offensive output, 489 yards of offense, just did not finish in the end zone, only finishing with 19 points. A 28-19 loss they suffered at the hands of the West Jones Mustangs. Here tonight they look to bounce back here at Bulldog Field, where they have not let a single point go. Here at Bulldog Field, they beat Murrah 47-0, beat Raymond 35-0, and they're looking to do similar types of damage here to Jim Hill. But we'll see what happens. Jim Hill's headed up by their head coach, Zach Grady, who's in his first season as head coach. Also a fun fact about him, his own son plays for the Terry Bulldogs. Zachair Grady, the junior offensive lineman. He is a Terry Bulldog, and his father is the head coach for the other squad. That's the Jim Hill Tigers. We'll see that here tonight. We'll also see the legendary band of the Jim Hill Tigers. They are known for their band, and that's really all we see on their side right now for the Tigers is their band. The Bulldog band is coming in full effect as well. We're going to have a great battle of the bands here tonight. We're set to begin in just a little bit, and we're about to have the national anthem in just a few moments. I will step aside and be right back. Bulldog Band and their rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner here at Bulldog Field. We see the cheerleaders occupying the field now on the left side of the field here. And now the Bulldogs captains will walk on, as well as Jim Hill. Jim Hill wearing kind of an off-white uniform with green pants and gold helmets. The Bulldogs in all maroon pants, maroon jerseys, but their signature white helmets with the Terry inscription on it. And we're set to begin in just a little bit. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. We are very thankful that you are joining us here today for Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. The captains will soon meet in the middle. I'll step aside and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network.
Let's hear it for those Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are on the left, Jim Hill is on the right. Bulldogs are about to emerge from the left, Jim Hill about to emerge through the flag on the right. We were talking to Coach Chris Thigpen before the ball game, and what he said is that, listen, homecoming night's a big night where there's a lot of fanfare, but it also provides a lot of distractions. And he did not want his football team to be experiencing a lot of those distractions that can often come with homecoming week, as he wants his team to be focused on bouncing back from a tough loss to West Jones. He wants his offense to be able to finish in the red zone, unlike what they failed to do last week, especially early on. We did see the offense have a lot of good things late in the ball game. Also, we talked to Coach Thigpen there on the South 78 Football Show, which you should check out every week on Wednesdays live from the Good Eatin' in Byron, Mississippi. And what Coach was telling us was that he wants his special teams to be better. The special teams were not special, as he said, this past week. And he wants to see better from that special teams unit. The Tigers have struggled to score the football this season, as they have only scored 12 points in the last 6 games. It's been a struggle for them all season long. Jim Hill now being introduced to the fans as the Tigers take their place on the opposite side of the field.
They travel down 55 from Jackson.
And you can hear that Jim Hill band booming from the opposite side. That Tiger band is famous. And here come the Bulldogs being introduced to the fans on the near side as they take their place on the sideline. The Terry Bulldogs, 6-1 on the season, looking to match their win total of the last 2 years. And they can do that here at Bulldog Field with a win here tonight. Jim Hill set up to kick for the kickoff here. As the Bulldogs back to receive will be Colby George and Keeson Kendrick. And Jim Hill will start off on the defensive side of the football. As Terry offense again put up 489 yards of offense last week. They're looking to put a similar type of production up here tonight. For the first time this season, we've got straight up darkness for the kickoff as the night is coming quicker. And that kickoff will be a squib kick right down the middle, picked up by Kylan Gowdy to the left side as he pushes his way past the 40-yard line and down to the 43. And that's where the Bulldogs will start their offensive possession. And that brings us to our keys to the game, brought to you by the Tire Depot. Keys to the game for the Terry Bulldogs. Number 1 is to finish in the red zone, as we talked about earlier. Number 2, stay injury free. The Bulldogs have not been too bad off with injuries this year. You want to maintain that and also limit the penalties. That is what has caused the Bulldogs to not be as successful in the red zone. It's just penalties coming up. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Tire Depot. Busby occupies the gun. He hands it off to Baker along the right side. Breaks a tackle, but he is taken down there for no gain at the 44-yard line. Tire Depot, where traction meets trust, from fresh tires to fast service. Tire Depot keeps you rolling strong all season long. Stop by Tire Depot, your hometown pit stop for performance. The Bulldogs with the ball at the 43-yard line. They lost a yard on the play. Is 2nd and 11. Busby getting the play call, communicating with his line. He's got twins to the left and one to the right with Baker with him in the backfield. Snap back, Busby fakes the handoff, pass across the middle, and led George just a little bit. And it's going to be an incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd down. Busby was able to find George a couple times last game, one time for a touchdown. That one was incomplete, 3rd down and 11. Trips to the right and one to the left. Gibson is the lone receiver to the left side. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate left. Busby trying to catch Jim Hill off sides, wasn't able to that time. Now checking over with the sideline for the play call. Busby making the play call here. And now we're going to see yellow on the field, as that was a delay of game against the Bulldogs, which will move them 5 yards back. 3rd down and 16 is what we're going to be seeing here for the Bulldogs from their own 38-yard line. This Jim Hill team this year has struggled on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball, they have not had that as many struggles. They have actually stopped other teams a decent amount. with the Bulldogs. Busby back to throw short pass to Baker, and he's got the screen along the far sideline. And now it's a foot race. He's making a move. He breaks a tackle inside the 20. He cuts to the middle. He's got green, baby. And the Baker man checks to the end zone for 6. But there is a flag in the backfield here against the Bulldogs, and that is not good to see. I think we're going to see that flag against the Bulldogs here, as we did see the screen pass to Baker, and we're seeing the flag in the backfield. And this one's coming back. And 20 now for the Bulldogs. Ball's at the 32-yard line. They're going to need a lot of yards here. Already a couple of penalties for the Bulldogs early. And that was one of the keys to the game. That is not what you want to see if you're a Bulldog fan. You got Busby in the shotgun with twins to the right and to the left. Man in motion, Seth Moore. Snap back, Busby. He's back to throw. Pass over the top to Gibson. Gibson's going to pull it in. What a pass from Busby. And Gibson went up and got it. The 50-50 balls, which Gibson is so good at. And he pulls it in at the 34-yard line in Jim Hill territory.
1st and 10, Bulldogs.
10:33 to go in the first quarter. How about that from the Bulldogs? A Barnett's body shot first down. And a nice pass over the top that was pulled in by Braden Gibson. Now Busby in the gun with Baker acting as the tailback. Kylan Gowdy going to come out of the ball game. Snap back Busby, toss to Baker. Baker finds a hole. Baker through the middle. He avoids the tackler, breaks a couple tackles, pushes down to the 25-yard line. And I think they're going to spot him at the 24, and he may get the first down. And I think they're going to call him short there. So 2nd down and 1 with the ball at the 25-yard line, and the Tigers are going to opt to call time. Folks, that'll take us to our first timeout break of the ball game. The Jim Hill Tigers call it. I'm Trellis Williams. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network.
And we will be announcing those cheerleaders here momentarily. But while we do have a moment, I want to encourage everyone to visit the concession stand. The concession stand is open. We've got all of your fan favorites down there. We've got burgers, hot dogs. And I hear tell that the hot dogs are all beef. I haven't tried one yet, but we will see. Ice cold Cokes and Sprites, nachos with jalapeno, all of your favorites in the concession stand.
Busby in the shotgun, twins to the right and 1 to the left, and Baker acting as the tailback. There's the handoff, and Baker going to get behind the screen here and push his way down nearly to the 20-yard line, but he's going to get the Barnett's body shot first down. They're going to stop him at the 21. First down, Bulldogs. And Barnett's Body Shop and Byram Collision Repair you can count on. When your car takes a hit, Barnett's gets you back in the game fast. Quality repairs, hometown service, that's Barnett's Body Shop. Proud supporter of Terry Bulldogs football. Twins to the right and 1 to the left for the Bulldogs here. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right. There's the snap back to Busby. He's got some time. He's going to air it out to Gibson in the end zone. Touchdown, Terry. What a beauty from Busby to Gibson once again. And that was 2 passes from Busby to Gibson, and that time it finishes in 6. And how about that from Braden Gibson. Good to see him on the board early. That is touchdown number 5 for him of the season. And now the Bulldogs are set up for the extra point right now with Derek Howard Jr., Keeson Kendrick holding. Snap back is there, the kick is up, and it's a beauty. It's good. And the Bulldogs on the board, 7-0 start for Terry as they lead over Jim Hill. The Bulldogs lead 7-0 over the Jim Hill Tigers.
Christine Allen, class of 2006. Gwendolyn Bass, class of 2016.
Bulldogs kicking the football off as Derek Howard Jr. And back to receive for the Tigers will be Desmond Marshall, the senior. So Howard will send it away. And there it is. It's going to be a short kick. Tigers are going to pick it up. And that will be number 13, Jordan Kinsey, who's going to be able to get it out there to around the 36, 37-yard line. And that's where they're going to spot it at the 38. That's where the Tigers will start off their first offensive possession of the ball game. The Tigers run a 2-quarterback system. Right now they've got Marlon Williams, the junior quarterback for their team. He's in the shotgun. They got twins to the right and none to the left. Bulldogs stacking the box here. There's a handoff and the run to the outside. He's going to be able to gain a couple of yards and push his way down to the 42. That's a gain of 4 for Jim Hill, bringing up a 2nd down and 6 here. Jacoby Thompson is the running back, the senior. They spotted at the 43, 2nd down and 5. And the Tigers looking at twins to the right, none to the left. And Marlon Williams in the shotgun. Tried to catch the Bulldogs offsides there, wasn't able to. 8:45 remaining in the opening period. There's the snap back, there's the handoff, and that will go nowhere. As a matter of fact, they're going to lose a couple yards there and bring up 3rd and 7. Again on the handoff to Thompson. Ball's at the 41-yard line, looking at a 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down here for the Tigers.
Christian McCollum, class of 22. Caitlin Wright, class of 22. Michaela Ross, class of 22.
In the gun is Marlon Williams. He's back to throw. Now he's got pressure immediately, and he's trying to escape. He's going to try to get the first down. He will get the first down. Got past the 50 and down to the 48-yard line. Nice run from quarterback Marlon Williams on the scramble. That's a first down for Jim Hill.
Waylon Alexander, class of 25. Mackenzie Collins, class of 25. Olivia Fortin, class of 25.
And Marlon Williams this year has been a guy that has run the football a good amount. He's the 2nd leading rusher on the team, averaging over 4 yards a carry. Ball's at the 48-yard line in Bulldog territory as the Tigers just got a first down. 7-0 Terry. 7:20 remaining in the opening period. Williams in the gun. Handoff again, this time to Josh Williams, who acts as the other quarterback for the Tigers, and he will run up to the 45-yard line for a gain of 3, and that will bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers.
Gain of 4.
Ball's at the 45-yard line in Bulldog territory. Tigers moving the football a little bit here. Looking at a 2nd and 7 from the 45-yard line in Terry territory. Twins to the left and none to the right. Here's Marlon Williams. He will take it and run on the direct snap. And he's taken down by Duplessis. Nice tackle by Brandon Duplessis. And that will limit the gain to only 2 yards and bring up a 3rd and 5. Ball's at the 43-yard line. Big 3rd down for this Bulldog defense and this Jim Hill offense. We'll see what happens here. See what the play call will be from the Tigers. They're going to bring Jordan Kinsey into the ball game. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Trips to the left and none to the right. Marlon Williams in the gun at quarterback. To his immediate right is Josh Williams. And now back to throw is Marlon, and he's going to be tackled from behind. He won't get anywhere. He might have gotten to the previous line of scrimmage, but I think they're going to call it that he lost a yard on the play, which will bring up a 4th down and 6. And now the Tigers, it appears that they're going to bring out a punt unit, even though they are in Bulldog territory. And so punting this football will be at number 54, Nicholas Anderson, who acts as the punter as well as a defensive tackle and offensive tackle. That snap is low and it's blocked by the Bulldogs. It is picked up by Duplessis. He scoops it and he scores it. Touchdown, Terry. How about that for the Terry Bulldogs? A blocked punt, an excellent block, and then Duplessis caught it out of the air and took it back for 6. And the Bulldogs lead 13-0 at Bulldog Field. Derek Howard Jr. set up for the extra point here as the Bulldogs are off to one kind of start here. The snap is good, the kick is up, and it's through, but it's going to be offsides against Jim Hill, and this penalty I'm sure will be declined, and the Bulldogs will end up with 14 points, unless Coach Thigpen wants the 2-point conversion, in which case he may accept the penalty. Well, it appears that they blew the play dead, so they did not count the extra point, as they're going to try it again from a closer distance. Derek Howard Jr. set for the kick. Snaps there, it's good, and that kick is up, and it is through. 14-0 Terry over Jim Hill. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We're going to see Jim Hill's offense once again in just a few moments. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. And folks, here at Bulldog Field, we've got an absolute packed crowd, folks. It's homecoming night here in Terry, and they're taking on the Jim Hill Tigers. They're off to a nice start, 14-0 lead. Had a great offensive possession where they were able to finish, and then they made the stop of Jim Hill, and then they were able to block the punt and take it back for 6 with Brandon Duplessis. And so a great start for the Bulldogs here, 14-0 lead. We'll see what the Bulldogs do here. And here comes the onsides kick the Bulldogs have been known for. Will they be able to recover it? And it appears that the Bulldogs will. They are 3 for 3 on onside kicks this year. And the Bulldogs pull it off once again. And they're trying to go up 3 scores here at Bulldog Field. How about that? And folks, I think that counts as a Wheeler's janitorial takeaway, a clean takeaway. Keeping things spotless on and off the field, that's Wheeler's janitorial. From offices to schools and everything in between. Wheeler's janitorial gets the job done right every time. Call 601-892-7547, 601-892-7547 to book a clean. Wheeler's janitorial.
Okay, looks like illegal touching.
Oh, wow. So apparently there was a penalty on the play. They call it illegal touching. Coach Thigpen doesn't like the call. I did not think that was illegal touching. It seemed like he let the ball ride there, but apparently it was. So it is not a takeaway, but we still appreciate Wheeler's Janitorial as our sponsor. It is Jim Hill's football at the 48-yard line. 4:55 to go in the first quarter, so we're still seeing Tigers football. Marlon Williams in the gun. He'll toss it to Thompson. Thompson's racked, and he's taken down by multiple Terry Bulldogs. At the 49-yard line, that is a loss of 3, bringing up a second down and 13. 14-0 Bulldogs in the lead. The Bulldogs have done a great job with execution. They did get an early penalty, but they were able to right that wrong by getting that long pass from Busby to Gibson. And then they're able to connect on another one in the end zone for 6. And then with the punt block and return for touchdown, the Bulldogs sitting pretty right now. 14-0 start. With a win here today, the Bulldogs will tie the amount of wins they received in last year and the year before. They're looking for that here tonight. Twins to the left, none to the right. And the shotgun is Williams. Man in motion. Now Williams pass across the middle. It is caught by the Tigers down to the 43-yard line.
To number 3, Desmond Marshall. Pass is complete. It's about a 7-yard gain, 3rd down.
Ball's at the 44-yard line, and it is a 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers. Twins to the left and none to the right. And it's Williams in the shotgun. Back to throws Williams. He's being chased by Joyner. He avoids it, but Joyner finally gets him down for the sack. And that is a Hydra Station sack, specializing in hydration massages that are easy on the body, unlike that last play there for Marlon Williams. When life hits hard, the Hydra Station is there to help you unwind and relax. No deep pressure, just deep relief of the Hydra Station. And that is a huge loss there, all the way back to the 43-yard line, bringing up a 4th down and 18, 4th and long here. And back again, we're going to see Nicholas Anderson lined up for the punt for the Tigers. They're definitely going to be looking for a little bit better blocking here, as they don't want a repeat of last time. That snap is better. That punt is a decent punt there, and it will go inside the 40 and take a bounce back and will rest at the 40-yard line. That's where the Terry Bulldogs will begin their offensive possession. We'll step aside, be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button right now. We are very close. We're on the precipice of hitting 3,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make that happen for us. Ball at the 40-yard line for the Terry Bulldogs now, as this offense has had one drive and it ended in a touchdown. They're back with the football again. 2:20 to go in this opening period. Busby is in the gun with twins to the left and one to the right. Busby will hand it off to Baker. Baker gets another touch. He rips through the line. He pushes his way past the 45. And I think they'll mark them at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 now for the Bulldogs. Brady Busby, the quarterback for the Terry Bulldogs. We've seen some good things from him. Last week we saw 195 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. He did get his first interception, but overall a phenomenal game from Brady Busby. We've seen a lot of good things from him already today with 2 big completions, 1 touchdown. He's going to hand it off to Baker. Baker shakes that defender off, and he'll run up the far sideline. He's going to come back to the middle. He's got green, baby, and Baker in the end zone for a touchdown. That's 6 for Rondé Baker. Just under a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter, and that was the Baker man. 20-0, Bulldogs in control.
Baker takes a handoff up the middle, evades a couple of defenders, scampers on the right side, and that's good for another score.
20-0 ball game now, and Derek Howard Jr. is up for the kick. Howard setting up for the extra point here. .126 to go here in the opening period. There's the snap back is there, and the kick is up. And that one's, I don't even think that one is good. And it's an offsides against Jim Hill. She'll make it closer. And you can hear that Jim Hill band coming through strong. Set up for the extra point as they're going to go for a retry. That set is good, and that kick is up and through. Terry 21, Jim Hill nothing. Bulldogs rocking and rolling here at Bulldog Field. We appreciate you joining us, folks. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, you got to check out the South 78 Football Show. We have it every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. It is live from the Good Eatin'. You can always roll up in there and grab you some wings, folks. Those wings are so good. They're Good Eatin'. And we're about to be coming up on the second quarter that is brought to you by Good Eatin'. We appreciate them. They're an excellent partner here of Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. The Bulldogs set for the kickoff, 1:26 to go in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs ruling and schooling at the moment. Bulldogs fake the onsides kick that time, as Howard will be kicking this football off. He will kick it. It will be a shorter kick. It'll be scooped up there by Kinsey on the spin, and he was taken down.
Jordan Kinsey
on the return by Micah White. Ball's going to be at the 32-yard line as Kinsey gets a little return there. Folks, you're going to have to check out the Magnolia Shine podcast. Hosted by myself as well as the one and only Blake Levine. We bring that to you on Mondays and Thursdays. Every Monday and Thursday. Also follow our Facebook page, the Magnolia Shine podcast. But you got to go subscribe to that YouTube channel, the Magnolia Shine podcast.
Tigers 1st and 10.
Jim Hill back out on offense now. Marlon Williams back at quarterback. With him in the backfield is Jamari Sykes. He picks the ball up and he will be sacked. Oh, wow, he's able to squeeze through there and get down to about the 32, which may have been a gain of 1, but I think we see a flag on the field. But I think, I'm not sure.
Personal foul, face mask.
Yep.
The defense.
That's going to be a face mask against the Bulldogs, so it will be a personal foul.
And the Tigers will have a 1st down.
And we'll put the Tigers, it'll push them forward and give them a 1st down there. Ball's going to be at the 47-yard line for the Tigers.
First and 10 at the 47.
Ball at the 47.
Williams in the shotgun.
Clock runs under a minute to go. And there's the handoff. Right through the middle, as the handoff there
Up the middle.
was to Sykes, and he was taken down immediately for no gain.
Almost looked like a
I think he got 1 yard maybe. Nah, no, they're not even gonna give him that. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 47.
Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Clock continues to dwindle here for Jim Hill in this first quarter. The Bulldogs have had a dominant first quarter here. Tigers trying to find something, move this football a little bit. Trips to the left, none to the right. Williams in the shotgun. He's back to throw. He has a completed pass today, and he's able to spin out of there. He gets pushed back and taken down for a sack. Brought to you by the Hydro Station. Chadarius Rogers came through to finish it off. Ball's at the 45, and now it's a 3rd and 12. And the clock will run out on the opening period here at Bulldog Field. The Terry Bulldogs with 21 and Jim Hill with nothing, but the Tigers have the football when we come back at their own 45-yard line. We'll be right back. I'll step aside. I'm Trellis Williams, Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network.
There was a dirty rumor going around that it was homecoming. I couldn't tell by the crowd. But we do have the homecoming court that's making the way on the track right now.
So the homecoming court coming by, being introduced to some of these fans. That's what you're hearing on the cheering side. This is the Good Eatin' second quarter. Appreciate Good Eatin' for sponsoring the second quarter, as well as the South 78 football show. 3rd and 12 from the 45-yard line for the Tigers. Man in motion is Sykes, and now we're going to see pink on the field as here for breast cancer awareness. They've got pink flags. See what the call is. They're going to call an offsides against the Bulldogs is what it appears. So they'll put this ball at the 49 in Bulldog territory.
1st and 5 Tigers. Excuse me, 3rd and 5.
To make it a 3rd down and 5. Bulldogs going to have to buckle down here on 3rd down to stop the Tigers. Back to throw is Williams, up over the top. And that's an incomplete pass. Didn't seem like they were aware of where that ball was. And we see a little bit of extracurricular activity there.
But that'll bring up 4th down.
But it breaks up quick, and it's going to be 4th down and 5 from the 49.
Right at midfield. Coach Grady has a decision to make. And it appears that they'll punt.
And the Tigers are going to come out here to punt this football away.
Number 54.
Nicholas Anderson.
That's Nicholas Anderson.
The punter for the Tigers.
And back deep to receive the punt for the Bulldogs.
Keeson Kendrick back to receive the punt. He's able to get the punt off. Pretty impressive there to get that one off. And Kendrick's going to scoop it up the near sideline. Folks, he's got excellent speed. He will cut to the left. He cuts to the left again. Will he find the blocking? He turns back into the Jim Hill defense, though, and he's taken down. He'll be stopped at the 49. It appeared like he was going to take it all the way back to the house as he did earlier this year, but still an excellent return for Keeson Kendrick. But he wasn't able to break out for the full opening, and the ball will be spotted at half field.
This is Matthew Scott, your current Terry High School principal, proud 2002 Terry High School alum. We are going to, I know that we were all a little disappointed about our tailgate festivities this year, but we are going to recognize our alumni in a very special way. If you are a Terry High alum, if you would, behind the scoreboard, go with your class. So if you are an alum, you're a graduate of Terry High School, we're going to have a competition with those classes and see which group was the most.
Ball is at the 50-yard line. So twins to the left and one to the right. George is the one receiver to the right. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker rips through the line. He's going to get through another few guys on the tackle, and he'll be down at the 42-yard line, a gain of 8 for the Baker man, bringing up 2nd down and 2.
This year for being the best graduating class. So again, if you are a Terry High graduate any year, you're a graduate of Terry High, you're an alum, please make your way down to the end zone behind.
Ball to 42. Twins to the right and one to the left.
Here in a few minutes.
Fake handoff, pass it right across the middle. What an excellent ball. And it's pulled in by Seth Moore inside the 25-yard line. He was down at the 23, and what a ball from Busby. And that's a Barnett's body shot, 1st down.
On the reception from Busby.
And you can see Busby developing right in front of our eyes here as a quarterback for this Bulldogs team. We saw it last week throwing for nearly 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And here tonight, so far, he's got a passing touchdown and a few great balls. Trips to the right, none to the left. And now the handoff to Baker. Baker through the middle as he pushes his way past the 20 and down to the 19. And the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone.
Timeout.
Timeout will be called here. I think they're trying to check in on Rondé Baker to make sure he's okay. And that's going to be an important factor for the Bulldogs this year, is if Rondé Baker can stay healthy. He's been dealing with a nagging hamstring injury this season, and we hope that he still is all right and that is not a recurring thing. As he walks slowly off the field. Bulldogs with the football at the 19-yard line as a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd down and 6. With 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Trips to the right and none to the left. Snap back to Busby. He's got time and blocking. Pass to George, who's wide open and walks into the end zone untouched for a Terry Bulldogs touchdown. Touchdown, Terry. The 2nd passing touchdown from Brady Busby. And the Bulldogs lead 27-0. A nice ball from Busby. He was able to roll out, and he had an open man, but he put it right on the money. And that kick is up, and it is good. 28-0, Bulldogs in the lead. And the thing that Coach Thigpen wanted out of his team is he wanted to see that cleaned up, particularly the special teams, and we've seen that cleaned up here tonight. A 28-0 lead with all 4 extra points executed well. It really had an effect on the Bulldogs last week because they had the football with 2 minutes left, down 28-19. If they would have made those 2 extra points, they'd have been only down 1 score. These are the things that make a big difference in how you're able to compete with the biggest teams in your region. The Bulldogs, if they're able to hold on, get this win, they'll move to 7-1, and next week they'll be traveling down to Lucedale. We'll be live from Lucedale, Mississippi, 2.5 hours down south to watch these Bulldogs take on George County. And then the following week will be against Hattiesburg here at Bulldog Field. Here is the return from West. He'll take to the far sideline, and he's taken down past the 35, down to the 37-yard line. We're going to see yellow on the field in the backfield, a flag down, and we'll see what the call will be from the official. Folks, this place is absolutely packed to the brim. You do not even see an open seat here. And we got people standing on the fence and everything. This place is packed. And folks, if you go back and watch this, or you're watching this right now from home, in a couple of weeks, the Bulldogs will be hosting Hattiesburg on Thursday night. You gotta show up. You gotta show up for this Terry Bulldogs football team. It will be important. You want to pack this place out for Hattiesburg, make them feel uncomfortable when they walk into Terry ready for this ball game. And not too uncomfortable, just uncomfortable in the sense of loud. You want to bring the noise. You know what I mean. We're bringing noise. Tigers with the football at the 18-yard line to begin their possession here. First down. Was a penalty against Jim Hill. Williams will take it directly and run the football. He's picked up and taken down for a gain of a yard to the 14-yard line, 2nd and 9. The Tigers have struggled offensively. They've scored 12 points in the last 6 games. They're trying to move the football against this Bulldogs team. Terry has not let a single point go here at Bulldog Field. They're trying to keep that up here tonight. Trips to the left and none to the right with Williams in the gun. Fakes the handoff, tries to get away from the defense. And a helmet flies off. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers as they're looking at a big 3rd down from their own 14-yard line. Twins to the left and one to the right. Williams in the gun. He's back to throw. Short pass, and he misses his intended target. His intended target was Dakari Straughter, the sophomore, and he wasn't able to connect on that one.
And Nicholas Anderson will line up to punt it away for the Tigers.
Anderson will punt this football. The Bulldogs will be back to receive with Keeson Kendrick. (28-0's the score, 8:24 to go in the first half. And we're going to see a whistle and a timeout charged to the Jim Hill Tigers. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and share.
Someone was late getting on the field. Kendrick goes back to receive.
Keeson Kendrick back to receive the punt. Oh, that one skidded across the ground. It's blocked again. Will Duplessis pull it off again? He's not able to get the ball before it goes out of bounds. And the ball will be at the 9-yard line for the Terry Bulldogs. Wow, another blocked punt.
The Terry Bulldogs special teams unit is really putting on a show tonight. We don't know who that coordinator is, but let's make sure that he gets the biggest piece of chicken in the box tonight.
Ball's going to be at the 7-yard line. First down and goal for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs now are in the Raising Cane's red zone.
So the Bulldogs
with 8:24 remaining
at about the 6.
In this first half. And if the Bulldogs get in here, we're going to be looking at running clock for the whole second half for sure. Bulldogs getting on it quickly. They've been able to finish in the end zone very well also. A receiver out left and a receiver out right. Busby in the gun. Baker acting as the tailback. Snap back, handoff. Baker around the right now, cutting to the middle. He pushes his way down, plunging his way to the 2-yard line. There actually might be spotting him at the 1. Second and goal. Hear that Tiger band. Known for sounding real good, folks. Eight minutes to go in the first half. Busby in the gun. And he'll hand it off to Baker. Baker will push his way in for 6 more. The Baker man, once again, with his second touchdown of the ball game and touchdown number 12 of the season. Rondé Baker, in a limited amount of games, has still been able to rack up the stats. And the Bulldogs lead 34-0. Snapbacks there, the kick is up, and it is good for Derek Howard Jr. And the Bulldogs lead 35-0. And we still have 7:52 to go in the first half. Wow. Bulldogs team came to play. They're able to take advantage of blocking punts and everything. But the Bulldogs lead 35-0.
So you score 35-0, Bulldogs over Tigers. Right now would be a good time to visit the concession stand if you haven't already. And if you decide to make the trip, the announcer could go for a hot dog.
Derek Howard Jr. set to send the kickoff away to the Tigers here. 35-0 is the score. Bulldogs in firm control. And he'll take that one deep for West here, who's going to try to return it. Oh, he tosses it over now. And to Bass, who's going to be taken down at what appears to be the 8-yard line, maybe even the 6. Oh, wow, it's going to be the 6-yard line for the Tigers. They're trying to do something there. Don't blame him. I thought he was going to come out running. He didn't really come out running too hard off the handoff in the backfield. With 7:37 to go in the first half, we're going to see Jim Hill have the football at their own 7-yard line. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button right now. At halftime, we'll be talking high school football from around the state of Mississippi. We'll have some scores for you coming up at the half. Tigers football with Marlon Williams back at quarterback. And Thompson acting as the tailback, Jacoby Thompson, the senior. He's got trips to the left and none to the right There's the handoff, and he will not get anywhere. He may have gained a yard, though. I think he did gain a yard. He does, to the 8-yard line. A gain of 2, second down and 8. Just over 7 minutes to go in the first half.
That's number 6 on the carry, Jacoby Thompson. Thompson leaves the game. Williams in the shotgun. Flanked by Sykes.
2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Twins out left, one out right. Williams back to throw. His pass doesn't make it to the receiver, and it's incomplete. And that pocket closes so quick for Marlon Williams. He has no time to do a thing. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 8. It's just unable to really get the protection on the incoming Terry defensive line. A defensive line that has done very well this year, the Bulldogs have. They provided a lot of pressure for Wes Jones last week. And now it's 3rd and 8 from the 9-yard line for the Tigers. Twins to the left and one to the right. It's Marlon Williams in the gun. Snap back, short pass. Oh, it was right through his hands. He had it in his hands. And he wasn't able to pull it in. That was Dakari Straughter in the flat, and it just went right through his hands. 4th down and 8. And this Tigers team's going to be forced to punt it, and Nicholas Anderson going to come back out here again.
4th and 8. And Nick Anderson is back again to punt.
At halftime, you're going to be seeing the homecoming court introduce themselves here at Bulldog Field. Ball at the 9-yard line, 4th down and 8. Jim Hill will be punting the football. They get rid of it. It's a shallow punt. It will roll out, and Kendrick will take it and be pulled down past the 40 and at the 38-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start it off, at the 38-yard line in Tiger territory. 6:25 to play in the first half, and the Bulldogs looking to keep the points coming. We'll step aside.
Let's see what they do here. Just under 6.5 minutes. They will play a first half.
Twins out left, one out right. Busby in the gun has Cole Reed, the sophomore, to his left, and C.J. Metters, the senior, to his right. Snap back, Busby has good protection. No, he doesn't. He's sacked by the Jim Hill defensive front. And this is a Jim Hill defensive front that has had success this year. They've caused multiple safeties this year, and you know, if you're causing safeties, then you're doing some good things. That was Javante Jones, the senior, who got to the quarterback. And the ball's now back at the 45-yard line for a loss of 7, 2nd and 17. Under 6 minutes to go now in the first half. Snap back to Busby, handoff Cole Reed along the left side. Breaks a tackle and now splits to the right, and he pushes his way down. And it appears that they'll spot him at the 37, which will make it 3rd and 9, a gain of 8 for Cole Reed. Clock runs, 5:20 to go in the first half. 35-0. Terry.
Busby in the gun.
Reed acting as the tailback. Busby, toss, Reed, goes through the hole, cuts to the left, and pushes down, gets the first down, as he pushes his way to the 26.
Timeout is called.
And that is another Bulldog first down brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. Clock continues to run, 4:50 to go in the first half.
Bulldogs on the move again, 1st and 10. .24-yard line.
Twins to the left, one to the right, Busby in the gun. Busby back to throw. Pass right on the money to George. George pushes his way through. He thought about juking him and just decided to barrel over him, and now there's going to be penalty flags on the field, and I'm sure it's going to be against number 20 for Jim Hill there. A little bit of extracurricular as the ball was down to the 16-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 18, 2 yards short of the first down. 2nd and 2, but this may end up being a first down after the penalty call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Jim Hill, and this is going to give the Bulldogs another Barnett's Body Shop first down. Clock stopped at 4:20. Twins out left, one out right for the Bulldogs with Busby in the gun. C.J. Metters to his left, Reed to his right. And on the handoff, we're going to see a flag on the field, and it will be an offside against Jim Hill, which will move the Bulldogs 5 yards further. And the Bulldogs are in the Raising Cane's red zone and are going to be looking at a first down and goal from the 3. 4 of the 9 remaining. Ball at the 3 for the Bulldogs. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby in the shotgun. Handoff Reed. Reed pushes his way through in for a touchdown. Cole Reed, touchdown, Terry. And we interviewed Cole Reed on the South 78 Football Show on Wednesday night. You can go check that out by going and checking out that show. We got the full show on the TSJW Network YouTube channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you got to turn those notifications on so you don't miss anything like that. Bulldogs 41, Tigers nothing.
Howard here to attempt a 6th extra point.
And the kick is good.
And it's up and good. Howard perfect.
Terry 42, Jim Hill nothing.
Good evening, and thank you again to all of the alumni. Let's give a round of applause to the Terry High School alumni that are marching in right now. Make some noise, Terry High Bulldogs. We want to celebrate each class, so as I'm calling your class out, your graduating class, if y'all would just kind of face the stands there, and we're going to call your class out and shout you out. Class of 2025. Make
The
some
band
noise.
is
That
taking their
most
place
recent
at the end of the
graduating
end
class,
zone,
class of
so we went to the band cam and nobody's there. Short kick here from the
2024.
Bulldogs, and West's going to try to return it, and he will be hit a little bit. He's going to make his way through and get a nice little return out to the 34-yard line, and that's where Jim Hill will start this offensive possession. 42-0 Terry in the lead.
There you go. 2023, make some noise. Thank you, 2023. Let me see you, 2023. Raise a hand, class of 2022. I think 22 is in the building. I see 2022 down there. 2021 is here, class of 2021. Class of 2020. Don't have to go home and be on Zoom today. I appreciate you. Class of 2019. Where are you, 19? Class of 2018 is here represented. 2017. 2016. 2015. 2014.
They're having to help
2011.
number 12, Tyler West, the sophomore, off the field here. The ball's at the 33-yard line. 42-0. This Bulldogs team has just completely dominated this ball game. Bulldogs are going to move to 7-1 on the season and head down to Lucedale next week to take on George County. Twins out right, one out left. Williams back to throw, short pass into the backfield, and Micah White, with the help of Chadarius Rogers, Brandon Robinson rather, will pull him down in the backfield, back to the 29-yard line, the 30 rather. She'll make it a 2nd and 14.
Class of 1975 and 1973. Make some noise for all of our Terry High School alumni.
They're shouting out the class of 1973 for Terry out here. I mean, that's back when Terry was the Terry Yellow Jackets.
This year with the most representation is 2019.
And now there's a handoff in the backfield, and the Bulldogs are going to take them down. Nice job by the Bulldog defense. Now the Bulldogs bringing out a lot of subs here, as the starters have done a good enough job to have the JV players out here playing in the first half. 2.5 minutes to go. 3rd down and 18.
Grab a picture, snap it, post it on socials. Get them, please. Class of 2019, if y'all would hold on 1 second, I'm gonna come down, take a picture with you guys, and then y'all can head on back. Thank you again, fans.
Trips to the left, none to the right. Sending the man in motion. Back to throws Williams. Williams escaping the pocket, and he's going to be taken down right past the 30, down to the 31. And that will be a 4th and 12.
Williams thinks about the pass, decides to pull it down, take it up the middle.
For Jim Hill. And they'll bring out the punt unit once again. The Bulldogs may get an opportunity to run some JV guys here on offense before the first half comes to an end. So Jim Hill, I do believe, may have called a timeout there. Be their last charge timeout of the first half. Fourth and 12, and it will be Nicholas Anderson punting this football again. And this one will bounce, and Kendrick will pick it up. Kendrick really looking for another kickoff, another punt return. He's going to drag his defender down to the 45-yard line in Jim Hill territory. And the Bulldogs will have 1 minute and 48 seconds to score another touchdown in this first half. Busby in the gun, so the Bulldogs still out there with the starting lineup for offense. Busby, He'll be back to throw. He's going to toss it deep for his man, and it is Emmanuel Harris for touchdown number 7 for the Terry Bulldogs. Touchdown, Terry. And Busby is only throwing strikes here tonight. That's Busby's 3rd touchdown pass of the night, and it's good to see him right on the money with everything. We got a 48-0 game. Snap was not the greatest that time.
Just like clockwork, offsides on the PAT.
And offsides against Jim Hill.
For the 5th time tonight.
On the PAT, and the Bulldogs again.
Howard lines up again.
Will go for the extra point.
Kendrick on the hold.
Bulldogs will change formations here and snap it directly to Kendrick, who stopped. He was stopped. Wow, what a tackle there. I'm trying to see what.
That was Kamari Jacobs.
Yeah, wow, that was pretty good. Pretty good stop there by Jim Hill. I mean, he just stopped him straight in his tracks. Unbelievable. 48-0. Terry in the lead. But I got to say, I mean, his momentum was fully going forward, and he just jerked him down. 48-0 is the score. Minute 41 to go in the first half, and the Bulldogs firmly in control.
41 seconds left to play in the first half.
Terry Bulldogs will kick this kickoff. There's still time left in this first half. Minute 41. There's the kick from Howard. Gotten again by West. Had a decent return last time. That time, not so much. He'll be stopped at the 20. That's where the Tigers will start this possession. Down 48-0 to the Bulldogs. We're going to see some extracurricular activity here. See who's against. I wasn't able to see who was the perpetrator here.
Looks like it's unmissed. Personal foul. Personal foul against the receiving team.
Going to be a personal foul against Jim Hill, which is going to move them further back.
My goodness, the Tigers having a tough time tonight. Let's see if they can mount a drive here with a minute 34 seconds left.
Tigers football at the 9, first down. Got a minute 34 to play in the first half, and he's going to be taken down for a loss. Loss of a yard. They say it's more than that, but it looks like a 2nd and 12, actually. clock continues to run just over a minute.
Williams hands off to Maxwell.
A minute to go in the first half, and the Tigers might let the time run out here on this first half as we're approaching 50 seconds remaining. As in the gun, we've got Marlon Williams. Handoff. Oh, and he's going to be taken down in the end zone. Oh, no, they're going to mark him at the 1. They're going to mark him at the 1.
Third down.
Third down.
From the 1 yard line.
And 19, I think, from the 1 yard line. And this clock's going to run, and Jim Hill probably should let the clock run out if they don't want to make this 50-0, because they're on their own 1. It appears that they're probably going to run a play, though. It appears that they're gonna run a play here before this half comes to an end. Marlon Williams in the gun. The Bulldogs could force a safety here. And no, they won't. No, they won't. They will not run the play, and they'll let the first half come to a close. Terry 48, Jim Hill nothing. We'll take a good long break, but you can watch the homecoming court presentation, and then we'll give you a halftime report. Folks, Terry 48, Jim Hill nothing.
Okay.
Good evening, students, faculty, alumni, and members of the Terry High School community. This evening, we are proud to celebrate one of Terry High School's most exciting traditions, homecoming. It is with great joy and bulldog pride that we welcome the 2025-26 Terry High School homecoming court. Member of this court has demonstrated excellence, character, and school spirit, earning the admiration and respect of their classmates, teachers, and administrators. As we celebrate their achievements, we also honor the friendships, memories, and traditions that make Terry High School truly special. 2025-2026 homecoming court. A shining example of what it means to be part of the Terry High School family. Now, representing our freshman maids, Jakesia Colbert, escorted by her father, Ron Colbert. Freshman maid, Morgan Johnson, escorted by her father, Myron Johnson. Freshman maid, Tishia Gray, escorted by her father, John Dice. Freshman maid, Hannah Winfrey, escorted by her father, John Winfrey. Now representing our sophomore maids, Ashanti Blackman, escorted by her brother, Keyshawn Blackman. Sophomore maid, Brittany Taylor, escorted by her father, Kevin Taylor. Sophomore maid, Kylie Young, escorted by her father, Anthony Holmes. Sophomore maid, Kennedy Woods, escorted by her grandfather, Kenneth Woods. Now representing our junior maids, Morgan Bolden, escorted by her brother, Robbie Curry. Junior maid, Asia Sanders. Now representing our senior maids. Introducing senior maid Miss Asia Bridgewater. Asia Bridgewater is the proud daughter of Tranisha Bridgewater and Keith Taylor. After graduation, she plans to attend Mississippi Valley State University, majoring in elementary education and joining the JROTC program, where she aims to achieve the E3 rank as an Army Reserve soldier. Asia dreams of becoming a professional makeup artist and is an active member of Life Changers Community Fellowship Church, where she serves as a greeter, dance ministry member, and on the media team. At Terry High, she is secretary of the Leo Club, president of FCA, and a proud member of the National Technical Honor Society. In her free time, Asia enjoys makeup shopping, smiling, and spending time with her dog Nova. Her favorite scripture is 2 Corinthians 5:17. Anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old is gone. A new life has begun. Let's give a warm round of applause for Miss Asia Bridgewater. Introducing senior maid Miss Deja Gibson. Deja is the beloved daughter of Damian Gibson and Maisha Hogan. She walks confidently in faith, supported by the love of her family and friends. After graduation, Deja plans to attend the University of Southern Mississippi, where she will pursue her dream of becoming a clinical psychologist. In her free time, Deja enjoys skincare routines and creating TikToks that showcase her bright and joyful personality. Her favorite scripture is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Please help me welcome the beautiful and talented Miss Deja Gibson. Introducing senior maid Miss Grace Kelly Manuel. Grace is escorted tonight by her father, Mr. Felix Manuel Sr. She plans to attend a historically black university, where she will major in mass communications. Grace is passionate about storytelling and creativity, and she aspires to become a news anchor, using her voice to inspire and inform others. Her ultimate goal is to enter the world of film production, bringing stories to life through movies, sports, television, and commercials. Grace lives by the empowering quote, "I don't wait for doors to open, I build the door myself." A reminder to always create her own opportunities and define her own success. Please join me in celebrating Miss Grace Kelly Manuel. Introducing senior maid Miss Santana Moore. Santana is the daughter of Latrice and Cortez Moore, and she is escorted tonight by her father. Santana has been High School, Santana plans to attend Louisiana State University, where she will major in biomedical engineering. In her free time, she enjoys shopping, taking pictures, and spending times with her friend DeChristy, Kennelly, Peyton, and Rain. Her favorite quote from Coco Chanel, who said, "Elegance comes from being as beautiful inside." Let's show some love for our senior maid, Miss Santana Moore. Introducing senior maid, Miss Ava Washington. Ava is the proud daughter of Delcherie Grant and Maurice Washington, and she is being escorted tonight by her father, Mr. Maurice Washington. Ava is an active and involved student at Terry High School, where she serves as the senior class publicity officer and producer of photography on the media team. She is also a dedicated member of the Leo Club and Beta Club. In her free time, Ava enjoys taking pictures and spending time with her friends. After graduation, she plans to attend Mississippi State University, where she will major in biochemistry with aspirations of becoming a dermatologist. Let's give a warm round of applause for our senior maid, Miss Ava Washington. Introducing senior maid, Miss Elise Williams. Elise is the proud daughter of Chanel Brown and Dexter Bennett. She is an outstanding student leader who currently serves as historian for the National Honor Society, secretary of Student Council, and a member of the Hinds County Student Board Advisory Council. She is also actively involved in Leo Club, Beta Club, Mu Alpha Theta, and JROTC. Beyond her academics, Elise shines as the captain of the Terry High volleyball team and is the founder of her own hair business, E-Styles, where she empowers young black girls to embrace their natural beauty and confidence. After graduation, Elise plans to major in biomedical engineering on a pre-med track with the goal of becoming a gynecologist. Her favorite quote, "What you're not changing, you're choosing," reflects her belief in growth, accountability, and the power to create positive change. Please help me welcome the inspiring Miss Elise Williams. Introducing our homecoming king, Mr. Felix Manuel. Felix is the proud son of Pamela Manuel and Felix Manuel Sr. After graduation, Felix plans to attend Jackson State University, where he will major in business administration and perform with the Jackson State University Sonic Boom of the South. Felix is a talented musician and a proud member of the New Orleans Pelicans All-Star Drum Line. He also serves as the section leader for the Terry High School Drum Line, a role that has taught him valuable lessons in leadership, teamwork, and brotherhood. Felix's passion for helping others and his dedication to his craft truly set him apart. Let's give a big round of applause for your homecoming king, Mr. Felix Manuel. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the fields as we proudly present your 2025 Terry High School football queen, Miss Asia Bridgewater. The moment we've all been waiting for. It is with great pride and excitement that we present to you the 2025-2026 Terry High School Homecoming Queen, Miss Grace Miller. Reflects not only her accomplishments, but also the respect and admiration she has earned from her peers and teachers. Tonight, as we celebrate tradition, unity, and excellence, we honor a queen who reminds us all that true royalty is found in heart, humility, and service. Please join us in congratulating Miss Grace Manuel, our 2025-2026 Terry High School Homecoming Queen. May her reign be filled with pride, joy, and memories to last a lifetime. Congratulations, Grace. You make Terry High School proud.
Welcome back to Bulldog Field here on the campus of Terry High School. I'm your host, Trellis Williams. Appreciate my crew, King Williams on the main camera, as well as Nettie Williams on production. But today, halftime, Terry 48, Jim Hill nothing. And the Bulldogs, led by Brady Busby at quarterback, throwing for 3 touchdowns, I do believe, maybe 3 or 4, but I think it was 3 from him. But wow, we've seen a lot of impressive things from this Terry Bulldogs football team. 2 punt blocks, one of them taken back for a touchdown. Rushing touchdowns from Rondé Baker, 2 of them. And then also we saw Cole Reed get in the end zone for a touchdown as well. Brandon Duplessis brought back the punt return for a touchdown. That was four touchdowns, and then 3 passing touchdowns from Brady Busby. One of them to Braden Gibson, one of them to Colby George, and the other one to Emmanuel Harris. The Bulldogs, 7 touchdowns, only 1 extra point was no good, and that's because they tried to throw a trick and got stuffed at the line. So the score's 48-0, Terry in the lead. Now to give you some scores from around the state of Mississippi, Columbia and South Pike. They're in South Pike. Halftime 34-22 lead for Columbia, but South Pike has made it an interesting ball game. 34-22 at the half. Holmes County Central up on Provine 28-0. They're bouncing back from that loss to Lanier, and they are hammering Provine as of right now at the half. George County and Hattiesburg. This is an interesting one. These are the Bulldogs' next 2 opponents. They are tied up at 21 at the half. 21-21 for George County and Hattiesburg down in Hattiesburg. And we got Madison Central and Germantown. 10-6 lead for Madison Central on the road against Germantown. Kind of a surprise there, as Germantown has been scoring a lot of points as of late, but it seems that they're having a tough time scoring at this point. They're down 10-6 to Madison Central. Then Brandon and Oak Grove. Oak Grove leads 13-7 in the third quarter over the Brandon Bulldogs. Bulldogs now without their head coach Lance Pogue, who resigned this past week. Coach Clinton taking over as the interim head coach. Brandon down by 6 right now in the third quarter. And then we see that Laurel and North Pike. Laurel was winless before this ball game, taking on North Pike. North Pike had just beaten South Jones. Laurel's up 33-0 at the half against North Pike. They're looking like they'll be able to get their first win of the season. Oxford and Clinton, a big region game there. Oxford's been looking good all season long with only 1 loss, that being by a touchdown to the Tupelo Golden Wave. However, right now, they are down 16-7 to Clinton on the road here in the third quarter. And then we see Grenada taking on South Panola. This is a ball game in which we would think that Grenada would have the upper hand. The defending 6A state champion, South Panola's had some struggles early in the season, but they've been playing well as of late. Now they lead in the third quarter over Grenada, 28-21. Wow. Interesting to see how that game pans out. And we see Gaucher down to Hancock, 21-14 in the second quarter. We see Warren Central up on Neshoba Central, 28-13 at the half. If Warren Central wins this game, they nail down the #1 seed in the region. Then we see Ocean Springs and West Harrison. West Harrison making this a ball game. It's 28-21. Ocean Springs with the upper hand, but it's only halftime. Gulfport up on Biloxi, 28-0 at the half. Gulfport dominating at the moment. In the second quarter, Lanier and Florence. Lanier up 22-0. The Bulldogs continue to roll. And I had an interview with Coach Tommy Kelly of the Lanier Bulldogs. That is actually on the TSJW Network YouTube channel. You should go check that out right now. My interview with Coach Tommy Kelly. But he's got those Bulldogs rolling. They lead 22-0 over Florence, who just came off a big win over Cleveland Central. Florence did, and Lanier coming off a big win over Holmes County Central in their own right. And then we see West Point up on Caledonia, 35-0 in the second. And then we see Kosciuszko up on Yazoo City, 27-0. They are in a commanding lead. Seminary up on Raleigh at the half, 21-14. Wow, could be an upset alert on that one. We'll keep an eye on that ball game. And then we look down. West Jones up on Forest Hill, 38-0 at the half. West Jones rolling over Forest Hill, hosting them off their win last week against the Terry Bulldogs. Then we see Pascagoula up on Pearl River Central, 35-0, a commanding lead for Pascagoula at the moment. Summerall up on Natchez, 23-6. Tupelo up on Horn Lake, 21-6 at the half. DeSoto Central up on South Haven at the half, 21-14. It's interesting there. And then we continue to move down. Pearl and Petal. This is a close game, folks. One you probably didn't expect to be a close game. You probably expect Petal to rule in school, but it is tied right now in the third quarter at 14. And finally, South Jones and Brookhaven, a game we were wondering about after South Jones' shocking loss to North Pike last week. Now, South Jones trailing to Brookhaven 29-16 at the half. Folks, those are your halftime scores right here. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. The Bulldogs are back out here. Jim Hill's back out here. And the Bulldogs will be kicking off to the Tigers to begin the second half. We'll take a break, be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Back out here for second half action. We got Derek Howard Jr. about to kick this football off to the Jim Hill Tigers. Bulldogs have looked good in this ball game. They look like they're about to move to 7-1 on the year. Howard's going to kick this football away. And there's the kick. It will be a short ball on the near side. It'll bounce out of bounds. It'll be an illegal kick. And for the Tigers, they'll have the football at the 35. We appreciate you joining us. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. The Bulldogs lead 48-0, 11:30 to go as the clock will run for the entire second half. And Tigers will start their first possession of the second half at the 35-yard line. Already a minute of game clock's gone off before they start the first play here of the second half. In the gun is quarterback Williams, and there's the handoff, and he's going to be taken down.
And the ball carrier is dumped behind around the scrimmage.
Which will be for a 2-yard loss at the 33-yard line, second down and 12.
99.
So Mari Whalen, who was able to get the tackle, dealing with a high ankle sprain that he had to miss 3 games for. Returned last week against West Jones. Of course, he kind of struggled just with the health aspect of it, but he said he feels a lot better this week after that. Marlon Williams in the gun. Right beside him is Jordan Kinsey in the backfield. Receiver out left and receiver out right, and we're going to see an offsides penalty going to be against this Bulldog team. And wow, that pass was on the money, and he hit his receiver. What I do wonder is apparently in high school they did not let the play go on the offside. I know if you're Jim Hill, you would have really wanted that one because that was a well-executed play, pass right on the money. 9.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Offsides offense.
They say it's offsides against the offense. Wow. So the Tigers going to move 5 yards back.
Tigers second
and 17 now from the 28-yard line. Marlon Williams going to work out of the gun here with the receiver out right and out left. Kinsey to his immediate left. Snapbacks there. He's back to throw. He will toss it downfield, and it will be overthrown. His targeted receiver was Laggery Wilson, the senior, on the far sideline. It's incomplete, bringing up 3rd and 17.
Pass intended for Wilson. Gary Wilson.
Tigers with the football now at the 28-yard line. 8.5 minutes to go in the third.
Tigers trying to get something going here.
Williams in the gun. Twins to the left, none to the right. Snap back, he's back to throw. Throws the short pass. He'll be received by Thompson, trying to work against this defense. Diving his way down to the 39-yard line for a gain of 11 yards, which will make it 4th down and 6.
Still bring up 4th down at about 6.
So 4th and 6 now for the Tigers, and I think they're probably going to go for it here. There's no sign of a punt.
Coach Grady's going to go for it.
So you got Twins to the right, none to the left. And in the shotgun is Marlon Williams, trying to convert here on 4th down. He's got a little bit of time. He's going to scramble. He's going to get the first down and more. Past the 50, he's tripped up past the 45 and rolls down to the 43-yard line. Nice scramble run from quarterback Marlon Williams, where he's able to find a good amount of yards there, about 19 on the play, and get the first down in Bulldog territory.
Tigers trying to get something going here. 1st and 10 from the 37.
So ball at the 43-yard line here. Twins to the right, none to the left. Williams is back to throw. He's got a little time. Short pass taken down by Chadarius Rogers. He'll get him down to the 49-yard line. I think they're going to call it the 48, so it'd be a 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15 for Jim Hill. The Tigers next week will be at home taking on fellow JPS school Forest Hill, as they will play them next week at 7 p.m. And the ball now is going to be at the 48-yard line for the Tigers. Twins to the left, none to the right. In the shotguns, Marlon Williams working with a 2nd down and 15. About halfway through the third. Williams back to throw. He's being pressured now. Braylon Bonds right on his tail. Oh, he makes a run. He scrambles. And Marlon Williams has proved that he is very good with his legs as he got to the 38-yard line. That is a gain of 11, which makes it 3rd and 4.
3rd and 5.
No, they will call it 3rd and 5 there. The ball's going to be at the 39. Tigers looking to convert here on 3rd down. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Williams, handoff, Thompson pushing his way through. Will he make the first down marker? I think they're going to spot him at the 34, which will be a yard short of the first down. Big 4th down and 1. Obviously, the Tigers will go for it here. They just went for it in their own territory. They'll definitely go for it here on 4th and 1. So big 4th down here for the Tigers. Bulldogs wanting to get a stop here.
4th and 1, Tigers.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the third. Under center's Williams. He tries to quarterback sneak it, and he will get the first down as he pushed his way down to the 32, and that'll be first down for the Tigers. The Tigers stacked 2 first downs in a row here, and they're looking to maybe get on the board here. The Bulldogs don't want that to happen. They have not let a single point go here at Bulldog Field. Tigers are looking to be the first team to make that happen. So the ball is going to be at the 32-yard line. First down and 10, just over 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Williams going to work out of the shotgun with Thompson with him in the backfield. He's got Twins to the left. Snap back, handoff, Thompson right through the middle. Bursting 4th down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6 now for the Tigers. Just over 4 minutes to play in the third. Williams in the shotgun. Snap back, he's going to keep it. Nearly sacked, but he tries to scramble. and he pushes his way down to the line of scrimmage. So good job by Marlon Williams. He turned what was going to be a 4-yard loss into getting back to that line of scrimmage, making that 3rd and 6. Clock continues to run. It's been about 8 minutes and 15 seconds of game clock gone away on this drive from Jim Hill. Ball going to be at the 29. 3rd and 6. Clock continues to run. One receiver out left and a receiver out right for the Tigers. Williams in the gun. Thompson is the man in motion. Williams trying to scramble. He's trying to find something. He's going to be taken down, but he pushed his way down nearly to the 20-yard line. I think he's going to be stopped at the 22, but I think he's going to get the first down. He will. The 3rd straight first down for Jim Hill. And they get down to the 22-yard line, and they're right outside the red zone. Bulldogs bringing out Lazarius Ashford, Brandon Duplessis, Micah White, and Patrick Joyner back out there as starting linebackers for this Bulldogs team as they're trying to make this stop. They want to keep the shutout alive. The Tigers are threatening it right now. They got a receiver out left, a receiver out right with Williams in the gun. Thompson to his immediate right in the backfield. He sends Thompson in motion. Williams now pressured. Williams taken down at the 25. That'll be a loss of 4, bringing up a 2nd down and 14. And now we got a player down and hurt for the Bulldogs, and it appears that it's Amari Whalen. And that's not what you want to see. That's unfortunate for this Terry Bulldogs football team. I don't know if it's going to be that ankle or if it's going to be something else. But either way, not a good thing to see if you're a Bulldog fan. He's able to get up on his own power, and he is walking on his own, but with a noticeable limp. And he's able to walk. And that's not a good sight if you're a Terry Bulldogs fan. The Bulldogs are way better of a defensive unit when Amari Whalen is in there plugging up that middle, and when he's not in there, you notice it. Ball at the 25, 2nd down and 14. Clock continues to run, just over 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Under 2 minutes to go. Williams in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, none to the left. Short pass caught, and he's out in the flat. Now he's taken down as he nearly got to the 20. He does get to the 20. Nice gain there of 5 yards, making it 3rd and 9 as he was able to make that pass out there to Zachary Stuckey, the freshman, who was able to get a nice gain there and make it 3rd and 9. And now the Tigers have entered into the red zone, under 1.5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Tigers are really chewing up his clock in the 3rd quarter.
Marlon Williams in the shotgun, a receiver out left and a receiver out right. Now Thompson's the man in motion out into the flat. Williams going to make a throw over the top, but it is in no man's land. It is incomplete. 4th down and 9 from the 20-yard line, or the 21 rather. Clock continues to run. Tigers looking for a good play here on 4th and 9. Williams in the shotgun. Tried to catch the Bulldogs off sides, wasn't able to. And they'll go for it again. A receiver out left and a receiver out right with Thompson to his immediate left. And we're going to see a timeout at the line of scrimmage. This one's going to be called by Jim Hill, and they will be charged their first timeout of the 2nd half. And that will stop the clock at 7 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. This 3rd quarter has been completely Jim Hill's possession. They've been able to move the football here in the 3rd quarter, and they're looking to capitalize here, looking at a big 4th down. We'll step aside and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network.
For the entire quarter.
Going into the second half, the Bulldogs thought that maybe they could set a school record for points in a ball game, which is 63 points, but it is increasingly appearing that that's not going to happen, as they have not even gotten the ball in this third quarter. The Tigers have done a great job possessing the football and moving this football little by little, but they're trying to finish this possession here as they send Thompson in motion. Williams, short pass across the middle. Oh my goodness. The ball was in his hands, wide open across the middle of the field. It was a great play call by Coach Grady, and he was wide open right across the middle, and he dropped it, and that ends the long Jim Hill possession.
He had daylight in front of him, but it falls incomplete. So you score with 1 quarter left to play. Jim Hill Tigers yet to score.
Oh, wow. I just looked back at the play. Wow, disaster for Jim Hill, because the receiver ran into the ref, so he was not really wide open. He actually had a little defense on the play. That's unfortunate for the Tigers. They put together a nice drive. They were able to move the football all the way down the field. And, I mean, they moved the football from their own 20 all the way down to the opposite 20. And it came up empty-handed. And it's Terry Bulldogs football at their own 20-yard line. And we're going to see the Bulldog offense. And we're going to see backup quarterback for Terry, Tyler Osborne, take over here. Busby was phenomenal today with 3 passing touchdowns, and his ball was looking nice. And now we're going to see the Tigers take the field defensively as they had the ball the entire third quarter. And so we're going to see Osborne out there for the Bulldogs offense. He's got Cole Reed as immediate left, twins to the right and one to the left. Man in motion, he'll toss it. In the backfield trying to break it, and now he's going to turn the other way. Finds an opening, and he will be wrapped up as he got past the 15 down to the 16-yard line. He lost 4 yards on the play to bring up 2nd and 14.
Sophomore receiver on the carry.
Second down and 14 to go here for Terry. It's over 11 minutes to play in the ball game. 48-0 Terry. Osborne fakes the handoff, pass across the middle. It's intercepted by Jim Hill. Back for a score, touchdown Tigers. As Tyler Osborne throws a pick 6. And that's the first points that have been scored here at Bulldog Field by a team other than Terry. How about that for Jim Hill? It was Kamari Jacobs, the junior, with the interception taken back for the score for the touchdown. 48-6 is the score now, and Jim Hill will go for the extra point.
Jacobs scampers in for first touchdown of the night for the Tigers.
That'll be a good learning experience there for Osborne. And you're talking about a guy that you want him to be ready. You hope that Brady's good for the rest of the season, obviously, but you want backup quarterback that's ready to go. And now Marlon Williams is going to be taken down, and the PAT's no good. So the score is 48-6 here in Terry. Bulldogs with the lead, and we're going to see the Tigers kick it back to the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs will get another offensive possession. 10:52 remaining in the ball game. Seen a lot of good things from the Terry Bulldogs. Next week they'll take on George County down in Lucedale. That'll be an interesting one to see, especially given the fact that what we saw last time, George County and Hattiesburg are in a highly competitive game. They were tied at 21 at the half. Last time we checked, I want to kind of see about that score again. As we're going to see Jim Hill kick this ball. It'll be an onside kick, and the Bulldogs will recover it at the 44-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start their possession.
Recovered by the Bulldogs on the 35. Recovers. Michael Colton.
George County Hattiesburg still tied at 21 in the third quarter.
First and 10 Bulldogs at the 45.
Germantown now up on Madison Central 14-10 in the fourth quarter. It's a good game there in Germantown. South Panola up on Grenada 41-28. It looks like South Panola is actually going to win that ball game. It's in the fourth quarter. They're up by 2 scores. That'll be something. Clinton up on Oxford by 8 points. Clinton is, so we might see some surprises here tonight as there's a handoff to Cole Reed who busts right up the middle. And he'll get down to the 47-yard line, 2 yards short of the first down marker, second and 2.
Again. Nice game.
So we're seeing some interesting stuff around the state here.
That's good for about 8
And
yards.
Lanier continues to just bring the buzzsaw through everybody they're playing. They're up 22-0. And Osborne in the shotgun now for the Bulldogs. He'll hand it off to Reed. He'll get the first down and 4 right along the middle through the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Another first down for the Bulldogs brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Ocean Springs has exploded there as they take a 42-21 lead over West Harrison. So we're going to see another run from Reed, and Reed's been doing a good job. He continues to push his way through. He spins and gets inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. That's a Barnett's Body Shop first down, and the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. The Bulldogs trying to add to the score here with Cole Reed running this football.
Bulldogs are knocking on the door. Trying to score again. They're in the red zone.
Osborne in the gun. Twins to the left and right. He'll hand it off to Reed again. Reed through the middle. He's going to push down to the 5. He's going to push down some more and inside to what's going to be spotted at the 3-yard line. First down and goal now for the Bulldogs. And we're seeing some, Cole Reed showing a high level of effectiveness running the football. Raleigh and Seminary now tied at 21. Now we see Osborne in the gun. Handoff Reed. Reed into the end zone, and that's his second touchdown of the evening. Touchdown, Terry. And the Bulldogs add to the score, and Cole Reed, his second time in the end zone.
But 6 points nonetheless. Bulldogs have a 50-burger going.
Pascagoula up on Pearl River Central, 42-0. The extra point is good as well, 55-6. Bulldogs in the lead. clock is still running. It's 6.5 minutes to go. And now we owe a shocking one. Pearl is up on Petal. Petal's been doing very well this year, as they are probably the favorites to win that particular region. But not if they lose today, as they trail to Pearl right now at home, 21-14 in the fourth quarter. That'll be a shocker if Pearl comes away with that win. Brookhaven extends their lead on South Gems, 32-16. Bulldogs going to kick this football off to Jim Hill. 55-6 is the score. And that possession was starred by none other than Cole Reed. He ran for a lot of yards down for that touchdown as the Tigers look to return this one. And they'll get to the 27. 55-6 is the score, just over 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Williams in the gun, twins to the left. To the right. Snap back Williams. Pass immediately. It was right in the hands of the Terry defender. Wasn't able to pull it in. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now. Here for Jim Hill. Short pass into the flat, and the Bulldogs going to corral him and take him down for a big loss. Ball at the 22-yard line now. It's a loss of 6 yards. No. I guess they're going to make that a loss of 5. 4. Okay. 3rd and 14. 55-6 is the score. 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game, and you're looking at the Terry Bulldog band, and they've been having them a day tonight as a day of celebration for Terry High School, homecoming, and they're up. Their Bulldog football team's up 55-6 on Jim Hill. The big question for Terry is, what do you take from this moving forward? Does this whip your offense into shape? Because it was looking good here today. Williams on the deep pass. Oh my goodness, what a catch. But they call that a false start is what it appears against Jim Hill, so it won't be anything. But wow, what a catch there. That'll be 3rd and 19 now. And if the Bulldogs are able to score one more time, they will have the most points in the Coach Thigpen era. Right now they lead 55-6. Marlon Williams in the gun, 3rd down and 19, with twins to the right and one to the left, just over 2.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Back to throws Williams across the middle, and it is incomplete. And there's a lot of extra stuff there from Jim Hill. It won't be called. It'll be 4th and 19. See if Jim Hill decides to punt it or what. And I think that's what they're going to decide to do. I think they're going to decide to punt this football. They'll bring Nicholas Anderson back out to punt the football away.
2 minutes after play. 55-6 Bulldogs. up on the snap.
Anderson back to punt the football. He does. And it will bounce, and now Terry trying to pick it up, and he dropped it and had to jump back on top of it. Ball's going to be at the 47-yard line for the Terry Bulldogs. And that's where they're going to begin what most likely will be their final possession. And we'll see if they go into victory formation or if they decide to, with the backups, try to run some more plays here. They're huddled up on the near sideline. The Terry Bulldogs will be on the road next week, and we will be on the road, folks, down to Lucedale, Mississippi, where the Bulldogs take on the George County Rebels. George County in a close one right now with Hattiesburg, and we'll see how that one pans out. We'll see how next week pans out. Tyler Osborne in the gun, under a minute to go, and he fumbles the snap, and he's racked to the grass. The ball's going to be at the 38-yard line, a big sack there. And see a loss of 8, 2nd and 18, and the clock will run down to 35 seconds to go in the ball game. And we're going to see offsides most likely. Now they're going to call it a false start against the Terry Bulldogs, and I think the Bulldogs will take this one home with them. And that's it, folks. The Bulldogs are going to walk off the field. They're not going to run another play as the coaches are signaling for them to come off the field. 55-6 is the final score from Bulldog Field. The Terry Bulldogs 55, the Jim Hill Tigers 6. Today we saw the offense really put points on the board, and we saw them turn special teams plays in offense as well, as they get the win to move to 7-1 on the season and match the amount of wins from the last 2 seasons. And that will bring us to our player of the game, brought to you by the South Point Center. And today, our South Point Center player of the game is going to go to none other than Brady Busby. 3 passing touchdowns, and his ball was looking tight, folks. And his receivers were pulling them in, and his receivers were scoring 3 passing touchdowns on the day, and just an overall great game by the junior quarterback, number 12, Brady Busby. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. King Williams on the camera here today, as well as Nettie Williams on production. I'm Trellis Williams. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. This is homecoming night from Bulldog Field here in Terry, Mississippi next week. We hope you join us once again as the 7-1 Terry Bulldogs take on the George County Rebels for another region ball game. It will be on Halloween night. I'm Trellis Williams. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Oh, we out.